Hey, friends and family. This is Bud and Kenny. We out for our. Hey, Bud. Want to tell everybody hi? Come see. Look, sit. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Tell everybody hi. He loves his treats. Hi, buddy. That's a good boy. Yes. Hi, Bud. Wanna go for a walk? Let's go. So Bud and I are having our evening walk. I try to get him out. Hey, Bud. Bud. Look at him. That's a good boy. Sit. Down. Down. That's a good boy. Ready? Anyway, Bud and I are doing some little evening training and spending some time together. Lately, especially after Ramos, Marine, who just recently committed suicide at the VA parking lot, I've been spending some time. My brain never shuts off, so been spending quite a bit of time just praying and seeking God on direction and, kind of a renewed purpose for life and what's, what things really matter in life and what's the important things. Because life is so short. I was sharing with someone a couple days ago at the gym, and I was sharing with him that I've lived 60+% of my life already, and realistically I only have 40, if that 40% left. That's if I live to be 70, 70-ish years old, and how short life is and how life has just flown by. I've got to experience quite a bit of things, obviously serving in the military, serving in the Air Force first, and then serving in the Coast Guard, working with Homeland Security, doing missionary work across the globe, and pastoral and counseling sessions with Bravo Zulu for the veterans. But still, all of that seems like it's just, you wake up one morning and you're in your 50s and life has passed by. And so have you ever thought of that? Like, you just wake up and you say, what has happened? There was a bracelet I used to wear and it had what if on it. And the what if, a lot of people would ask and say, what does that bracelet mean? What if? And really it's twofold. The one question was, what if today was your last day on earth? Where would you spend eternity? Because eternity is a real place. And once we take our last breath, we're gonna leave this earth and we're gonna be spending eternity somewhere. Personally, my beliefs are it's either gonna be heaven or it's gonna be hell. And the other part of what if is, what if today was your last day to live on earth? Did you really fulfill your purpose on earth? Did you accomplish, for me, did I accomplish everything that the Lord has laid out for me to accomplish? The Apostle Paul said, I have run my race, which is the Christian walk, but he also says, and I have finished my course. I've run my race and finished my course. And so for many of us, including I'm speaking to myself here, that we're running this race in Christianity and serving God and trying to serve others and leading people to Him and pointing people to Him. But at the end of the day, have I finished the mission and purpose that God has laid out for me? Am I actively pursuing that? Am I actively seeking that? I would say today, my answer would be, I don't think so. I think I'm filling my life with a lot of other things, good things, but not great things. And what I mean by that is we can fill our life with good things, such as serving others and doing this and doing that. But the great thing is the actual purpose and calling that God has for your life. And I don't believe that currently I'm fulfilling that. I'm doing a lot of good things, but I'm not doing the great thing that He has called me for. And I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm laughing because it's like how quickly we get caught up. How quickly we get caught up in these daily activities of doing good things, but not the great thing that God has called us to do. And you might be asking yourself, what is the thing that God has called you to do? And I'm asking myself, even, getting close to my 50s, around in the corner, and have been serving God for quite some time now, and I'm still, questioning, God, what is my true purpose? I know we have seasons, as I said before, a season I was in the military, a season of church planting and pastoring, a season of mission work globally, a season of entrepreneurship and developing business and starting businesses here in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. So there's seasons. I truly believe that. And the season that I'm currently in is a season sometimes of confusion. And I know God is not a God of confusion. A season of even frustration at times. God forbid that I'm like, some of the old Christians that I met when I was a younger Christian, that they were what we'd call it on active duty military road. They were retired on active duty. They were just waiting to go to heaven. That was their main goal in life. I just can't wait to see Jesus, which is awesome. And I can't wait for that either. But they were kind of retired. They didn't have any purpose anymore for the things of God, of discipling and making disciples and reaching people for Jesus, evangelizing this world, the lost world, the broken world, the hurting world, and discipling them, and also encouraging the brethren, encouraging the saints of God in the house of God. I write this right now saying that, we've been out of church, the building church and fellowship, for probably about 5 months now, 6 months now. It has nothing to do, truthfully, again, with the body of Christ or even the church that we attend, because they're awesome and the pastor's awesome and we love them. It's a justification of saying, well, we've been church hurt before, or we have trust issues, or we're not ready yet to be involved as much as they might require or desire us to. And how selfish is that, man? Gosh, how selfish is that? What a short life, again, we live. And truthfully, we should be exhausting every possibility for kingdom work and the Lord's work and doing the work of the Lord. And I don't know, just been thinking through this. And so in the comments, post, if you can, if you feel comfortable doing this, like, are you doubting right now? Are you having some struggles with your walk with the Lord? Are you doubting maybe the calling that God has on you, that maybe you were called in your younger years to do great things for Him, and you feel like in your latter years you kind of, as I said, retired on active duty. You're just kind of waiting to go to heaven. You're just waiting for the Lord to call you home. Do you feel that way right now? Do you feel like sometimes it's overwhelming, the task that is at hand that God has maybe called you to do, of reaching people for Him, discipling people? You might say, well, the time that I live in, it's almost impossible to do that. I would say, as the Lord's been revealing to me, I would say, no, actually the time that we live in is the greatest time. Truthfully, thus far, the greatest time for us to reach people for Him and to point people to Him. There's many people with no hope, no purpose. They're living for money and finances and things and prestige and accolades of man. But truthfully, at the end of the day, you know what I want to hear? Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of the Lord. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear, well done. That I've served Him, and I served Him well, and I served Him with all the giftings that He has given me for the bride of Christ, for His church, that He loves so much for, that He died for. I know you might not have came on this Bud and Kenny Unleashed to hear about God and to hear about the calling or your calling, but this is truthfully, at the end of the day, what it's about. it's about our serving the Lord and pointing people to Him and discipling people and to learn more about Him. And anyway, it's just my thoughts. So in the comments, if you can, if you've been struggling a little bit with your faith walk, and maybe you've been searching for brethren and brothers and sisters in Christ to fellowship with, and you can't really find it, or you have trust issues, or you've been church hurt, just put that in the comments. We'll be able to pray with you and pray for you. And I just, again, this is a journey, man, and I'm starting to learn it, to try to enjoy it the best that I can. Again, I'm not the best video person, and I definitely do not like talking on a video, but as a person told me the other day, Kenny, it's one of the greatest opportunities to get your testimony out, the word out, is through social media. So here it is. I'm trying my best to do that with Bud here, still walking. Hey, Bud. That's my buddy. That's a good boy. Still walking with Bud. So I appreciate you. I'm praying for you. I thank God for you. God's not done with us yet. You know why? Because we're still here. Once He's done, then He'll call us home, and we'll be with Him for all of eternity. But truthfully, I want to not only finish the race that He's called me to, but finish the course, the purpose that He's put in my life for this season. I want to fulfill it. And in many ways, I'm still learning it, exactly what that looks like and how it rolls out. So appreciate you. Thank y'all. Please comment, like, share. I'll be sharing some encouraging time and some of our training and bloopers with Bud. He's an awesome dude. Look, you can see him. Hey, Bud. Bud, want to tell everybody bye? That's a good boy. That's a good boy, Bud. All right, let's go, buddy. All right, thank you. Love you, family.